Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to tie Fran Better's Haystack. And this is a series of flies, and I think it's really important to understand a little bit about Fran Better's and where he fished and the time frame that he fished. So Fran, grew up in the Adirondacks near the Ausable River. The Ausable River is I haven't fished it, but from those that I've spoken to that have, it is a faster water, pocket water, lots of whitewater riffles. So it's kind of a rough, rugged place. His father was a great fly fisherman, friends with Ray Bergman and a bunch of other really great fishermen. But these were outdoorsmen. They were, rugged outdoorsmen folk. They weren't refined um, fancy anglers. Let's put it that way. And so they used a lot of local materials. They used very simple flies that they could fish in these rugged waters, and they used very impressionistic flies that would cover a large basis of what's going on for various hatches and various insect life, and they also moved the fly a lot. A lot of this information I got from a great gentleman up in the area. His name is John Ruff, and I'll put a link to his website. He's a great fly tyer and a guide, and he tied for Fran Better's and his fly shop for many, many years, and was very good friends with Fran Better's and, fished with him many, many times. And so it's important to understand that the Haystack here is a series. It's sort of a concept and a very simple fly. The idea came to Fran when he was in high school, and he had witnessed one of his father's friends catch a huge fish during a green drake hatch, and all he remembered in terms of the fly that he had on was it was just a clump of deer hair. So he developed the Haystack. So this would be in the late 1940s. He, in his book, talks about using deer hair, which would be a hair from deer from the Florida Keys. But, in talking to John Ruff over the years, he used whatever he could get. He knew a lot of hunters locally. He was an outdoorsman. He would get local hair. The key thing is you don't want to use, bass bug spinning hair. You want to use straight, fine hair. In this particular pattern that you're watching me tie, or this fly that you're watching me tie, I use, of course, the fire orange or hot orange thread. That's kind of classic Fran Better's. And this would be the light Haystack version. This is, a lighter color for those lighter bugs. And I'm doing it in a little bit of a more slightly refined fashion here. I did stack the hair, and I'm trying to keep everything sparse and light, which is one way you can do it. The Fran often did not stack the deer hair, could care less about how how it flared. Rougher, buggier was better. Altered the length of the tail, the length of the wing, whether the wing was straight up, angled forward, these kinds of things, all to suit the needs of what you're going to do for your fishing. The hook is a longer shank hook. Fran loved the Mustad 9671, which is actually technically a streamer nymph hook, but it's a long shank hook. You can use a long dry fly hook or that fly. And here's kind of how this fly rides in the water. And I like that wing a little bit more back. I think it balances it a little bit more. And I'm going to do a darker version now. So still that fire orange or hot orange silk. This is actually a 9671 Mustad that's in the vise now. I'm using roe deer hair, which is a UK deer. So it's not dyed, it's naturally dark. But again, you can get dyed deer hair. You could do dun, you could do different colors. Obviously, this is a precursor to the comparadun. The gentlemen who are famous for the comparadun, Cauchy and Nastasi, wrote their book Hatches in the 1970s, and they were influenced by this fly. That's a fibbit tail, you know, a much more detailed fly for picky, finicky fish in you know, a limestone or spring creeks, you know, softer, stiller water. And the wing is definitely very, very upright, kind of full, definitely stacked. You know, here I'm not stacking at all. You can see it's just a shaggy mess, just waxing the thread. Fran used a lot of Australian possum. You know, John Ruff told me that at a time that was an invasive species in, I believe he said, New Zealand. I could be wrong about that. And so they were looking to get rid of them a lot, and so it was kind of a cheap material, and it works great. So that was the reason for that choice. But you know, you could use beaver, you could use muskrat, you could use a synthetic if you want. And you know, this version I'm tying here is a fatter one, more rugged, rough, outdoorsy kind of thing. But again, remember, it's a series. It's a fly that is meant to be beat up, to be in rough water, to be moved, to be skittered, and to be if it sinks and it works like a wet fly, great. Keep going with it, and that's the versatility of that pattern. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.